Hello and welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, episode 43. My name is Meg and I will be your host. You're joining me here in Rockville, Maryland on August 17th. It is a Thursday, which is not normally my recording day, but I think I'm going to be uploading this on Friday as normal, so it should seem kind of normal to you. Today I am drinking both coffee and water. No, you can't. My coffee's sitting on the table back here. Water is here. It's just a bit warm. So, just hydrating. There are a few things in the administrative portion of the episode. There are two cows that are currently going on. The first is the Christmas in July knit along. Yes, I know it's not July anymore, but I gave myself and everybody else another month to work on things, though I do feel that I am squandering that time because I have done nothing but selfishly knit. It's so bad. I hope this weekend I'll be able to kind of get a lot of work done on a pair of socks for someone else. That would be nice. Yes. And then the other one is the Bucket List Sweater Cow, which is being hosted with Cassie, who is the Raspberry Knitter. And basically it's a sweater that you've always wanted to knit that you're now doing. That's all of the administrative things that are going on right now. Please make sure to use the hashtag so that I can find your posts. Feel free to tag them with me in them, all of that. And then I will be able to pick someone from those Instagram posts and find a few people to be able to send a few prizes out to. The Christmas in July bucket is beautifully full. I'm very excited to give these prizes out. Wonderful makers have been gifting them over the last 3 months, and I can't thank you all enough. Thank you so much. Which brings us to FOs. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I did it. I finished it. I wove in ends. It is not blocked, and after I didn't block my other sew faded either because it already fit perfectly. This one, the hips are a little tight, and I think my bind off was maybe a little tight. So I'm debating pinning it about where I want it to be and then just taking my spray bottle and wetting it, but not like drenching it. And the sleeves could actually use a little length, so I might do the same. I think I got a little overzealous with the whole finishing thing, but like you see it's got stretch, so I could stretch it, spray it, and then it'll like stay. They're superwash merino nylon yarns, and there it is. It's finally finished. So I'm gonna go over the colors one last time. The first one up here is the Aguamenti by Yoshi and Lucy Knits. Next up is Part of Your World from Dragonhorn Yarn. It's Tristan. Hi. Then it's a darker Part of Your World, and then it goes into the Casada colorway, which is by Long Dog Yarns. How gorgeous. Oh. So, I only used, I guess, 3 colors really. One, and then these two are just different versions of the same, and then the end is a third one. So this faded was actually quite short in the amount of fading that I got to do, and I don't know if I liked that more. I think I like switching a lot so that things are never the same for too long. But I will say that fading on sleeves 2 at a time is a tangle and a half with the 2 balls, 4 in this case, because I was winding off bits for both, so I would be able to kind of untangle. It's a hot mess. It truly is. But yes, so I am thrilled that it's done. I did promise I would get it done, and I did. And here it is on. It has a nice amount of ease around the chest and back, which is what I wanted. The neck isn't too tight. I I like a little bit of room. Like, I don't want my bra strap showing, but I like a bit of room. The sleeves are just past my elbow, which was a little premature. I probably should have done like another inch before. Like, this is all ribbing. I really should have gone to like past my elbow and then done the ribbing. This is why I might block just the sleeves, because I think I do want them just ever so slightly longer if I can pull it off. I don't want to mess them up. They already they fit so well around my arm, because I was trying it on and then I would decrease on either side of the top, which had the most stitches, and the underside stayed with the same amount of stitches. I think it was like 15 stitches or something on the underside the whole time. I just kept decreasing from the top. It fits like a dream. It's wonderful. I just wish it were a little longer. That was impatience that got the better of me, and I was like, oh, it's fine. Meg. I should have put them up against my other So Faded, my purple one, my blue to purple. That would have prevented this. Silly Megs. But yeah, it's not too warm, which is nice. But yes, I am thoroughly enjoying, sorry, I don't know what that hair is doing. I'm thoroughly enjoying having it off the needles. I highly recommend the pattern. I was intimidated by it at first just because I had never done any So Faded patterns, and now I've made 2, and they are the best fitting sweaters that I own. The next one that I make, I kind of want to make it like a 1X or a 2X. Like, I want it to be huge and baggy and squishy, because I have it on, I dyed it up on like a sport weight with like some squish to it. So I've got some drooly ideas on that. But another sweater has stolen my heart, so I did not cast on that So Faded yet. Yeah. But yes, it does fit really, really well. I could probably wear it with a skirt, like put a skirt on top of it. Yeah, it's really, really, really nice. I do think that I might try to spray block it. I will not be dunking this in the sink, because I have seen what happens to my tops when I dunk them in the sink, and that's not what I want to happen to this one. So I'm gonna take a different approach. The shoulders fit perfectly. The yoke fits perfectly. It has just a little bit of room under the arm, so it's not too tight, but it's not too baggy. I am so happy. If you are thinking of making one, I highly recommend it. I think I said that already. I still do. It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious to have, and there you go. Yeah. I'm totally wearing this like back to school. Like, it's so exciting to have my own sweaters to wear to work. That is so cool. Of course, I'll be assessing what we're doing that day, and then I will be packing. I'll have a few t-shirts at work so that I can change or throw a t-shirt over myself, because I am not getting anything on this. I might buy like a XXL, because the sleeves will go down as far as these do, and I'll be protected from children who don't watch where they're going and walk into you with their painting. I lost a good sweater that way. So sad. So sad. All right, so let's keep going. As stunning and beautiful as that is, it is just a touch too warm to keep on for the entire podcast, so it's going to be there now. But let's move on into whips. The whip section is a little larger than last week. I did get a few rows done on other things. So let's start with some socks in my unicorn bag from Stitching Plaza, which I absolutely adore. And oh my gosh, I gotta grab the whole set. So I ordered stitch markers because Hannah sent me a link. And I can't even look at them. Cute babies. Ah! So it came with a whole set. I have to grab it. And they're just, oh my word, they're just so cute. So when I was writing the notes for this episode, I couldn't remember what the colorway name is. And I'm like, is it fairy tale? Is it love story? I knew it was something to do with that, but I couldn't remember what it was. So I tried looking up fairy tale on Google and images, and I just wasn't getting anything. And I was doing Felici and Felici Nitpicks sock yarn. And then a picture of Barbara from Knitting I Love and Knitting I Love podcast had a shot where she had knit in this yarn with a pattern from the book Socktacular, and she lists everything that it is. So she says, this pattern with Knit Picks Felici in Ever After. And I'm like, yes, Barbara, you're the best. Because I totally ditched this ball. I have no idea where the ball band is. I probably threw it out. So this is the Ever After colorway. This was 2 updates ago. 1 or 2 updates ago. It wasn't this update. It was at least 1, maybe 2. And coming along pretty well. The minute, so I got them in, and then this blue stripe just bores me. I don't know what it is. Something about that color just like doesn't speak to me. So I get through that blue, and then I was able to get into the dark, it's like a dark purple, and then into the like violet. And once all 4 colors are together, like the palette comes out, and I'm like, yes, let us do this. So I am going to knit on these this weekend at Trina's wedding. So I'm so excited. But I did get a good bit done, you know, the other day. I was proud of myself for that. The toes, the tippy toes are in my Sea Dragon colorway. And I really love how they're coming out. So this is definitely going to be a packed whip. It's been a purse whip. So I have a purse now that has 2 sections, and I put a project in one section and my wallet and keys and stuff that I need to get out in the other. Yeah, and it's living in my little unicorn bag, which I don't know why it took me so long to get that bag, because I really love it. It's just glorious. All right, so moving on, let's go with the baby. In my chemistry set bag by Stitching Plaza, and with my pin from Oh So Geeky, I have Liam's baby sweater. So I did move it, what is this on? This is on a 4. I did move it down to the 4, and I did move my Cozy Memories up to a 5. I did, and I actually separated for the sleeves. That should be in this whip section. I will go get that. Okay, so I put the collar on, and I reached out to a lot of you because I realized that I could fit this collar over my head, and I was concerned about that. I don't have a big head. It's like 20 to 22 inches around or something. I've kind of a small head, and I was worried that it was going to be massive on the baby, but it doesn't look like so bad when you're just holding it. But I got a lot of moms, I got a lot of family people that are like, no, kids' heads are huge. They're almost adult size. They only grow from like 16 to 20 inches, really. unless they're gonna have a very large head like Pat, and he has more like a 24 or something. So, like, bigger's better. They usually wear like an undershirt or something, da-da-da-da. So I did move down to a 4, just because that was what was available. And I moved the Cozy Memories up to a 5. And this is the sweater so far, so it's just that much. But it's really pretty. And that blue is still just singing to me. This is the Knit Picks Celestial Comfy Fingering. And I have decided to use the Pea Pod colorway, which is a green. Trying to get it out. It's pea green. Boop. So it's gonna have little bright green stripes. I do think that if they had a girl that she could wear it as well. Blue and green. I guess if like we're categorizing, I guess you call them more boy colors, but I would have worn it as a kid. Hands down. Like, I loved blue, so if it had blue in it, you would have sold me, which is kind of why I picked the light blue, thinking I could kind of gender medium it. But then none of my light blues were right, so I'm thinking the green is gonna have to be it. But so sweet. Such a little baby thing. I got that much done, and then I knit the neckband, and then I unknit it and reknit the neckband, and did a bit of a tighter bind off on the edge, but it still got over my head, but it was looking a little wobbly, so I just kind of tightened my bind off and all that. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really cute. So this is kind of on the back burner right now. I got that much done and then didn't do anything else on it. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then I guess that brings me back to my West Knit. In my bag from Monica, which I love, is my West Knit. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about the colors or anything. So this is the very last section. So I've done the fade, and now I am, so this is the dot, and I have, all right, so the last section was like 16 high. This is probably going to be 17, 18, maybe 18 high, and I have 3. Out of 18 done, I guess, if that helps. And this top one is my Potions Master colorway, as I've said, which I am loving. It also looks a lot like the Dragonfire used in Game of Thrones, so if you're looking for Game of Thrones socks, you could totally use this as that. Yeah, so so excited. I hope to have this done next week so I can just spread it out and show you. Also, I need the needles. I need the needles for my sweater. So, my Dotted Rays Speckle Fade by Stephen West. I am cutting 2 sections out now. I'm stopping after this section. I think it's plenty big. I will be blocking this, so it will grow. I am not concerned about size. I am not concerned about length. Once it's off the needles, I'll try it on. I'm sure it'll be big enough. And then, yeah, like really there's no other way I feel like I could try it on properly unless I took the cords out or kind of transferred the stitches over to a really long cord and had like 3 cords in it or something, which just sounds like I'm gonna lose stitches somewhere and a lot of work. So I think I'm just going to do, I'm gonna do the I-cord bind off. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thinking I might do the I-cord bind off in black. Glittery black, clearly. So the black glimmer from Knit Picks, I think. So yes, living in my ravens bag, which I love. They are ravens. Crows? Ravens? Crows? I'm gonna call them ravens. Raven sounds prettier than crows. Boop. All right, moving right along. This is going to bring me into my my current whiplet. So I was watching Supergirl the other day with Pat, rewatching on Netflix. If you like superhero things, it's a lot of like comedy, but it's also a good like female lead, and I really like it. So anyway, she wears these fantastic, adorable outfits for work all the time. And I had thought this the first time I saw this sweater, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then we rewatched this episode and I was like, oh my god, I need that sweater. And feeling a little bit more like sweaters under the belt that fit, with my 2 fadeds now that are like glorious fits, I felt like I could take on the challenge. So I dyed up. This was my swatch for the first color, and I just didn't like. My friend Mary was like, "It's too pale. It's gonna wash you out. Like that's not a good color for you." And so I switched to kind of like a peachy tone. So I'll have a coral sweater. So yes, and then this was me trying to figure out what kind of pattern I wanted to do on the sleeve. Look at the swatch. I like actually knit a swatch, guys. Like this is a real thing. Yeah, so I decided in the end that what I was thinking was too much, and it was just so much. So then I just simplified the pattern, and suddenly it looked so much better. So I'm gonna space these out more, but I like how the back looks actually. These 2 like lines going down, so cute. So cute. Like, oh, love that. All right, so anyway, this was my peach swatch, and my friend Mary was like, yep, that peach would look good. I'm like, okay. So I dyed it up, and oh, it's getting a little blown out. The sun's coming in pretty strong now. That's okay. That's pretty good. All right. So yes, this is the peach that I picked. I think I can rock it. I'm picturing it with like black leather pants and knee-high boots, and oh my gosh, I just want it so bad for fall. So I did my swatch. I dyed up 5 skeins. So I did start 1 skein. It's got this fun little glow going on, but I don't think it doesn't really do that in person. This is an 8-ply yarn, so it's very squishy. I've been knitting it on 6s, but I'm debating going up to 7s. I'm writing the pattern for 6s. So I'm going to need test knitters and brave souls because I've never written a pattern. So I'm going to need people that can kind of... All right, you would need to know how to eyelet, make one right, make one left, cable in front, cable in back, knit 2, purl 2. I think that's really it. And then knitting in the round. I've already caught a few like things that I want to change about it, but here's some more of my cute little guys. There's Ron. Ron is hanging out next to, oh come on sweetie, Hermione. Oh, she's so sweet. And then I have little Harry. And where is he? There he is. Severus Snape. And of course, where would Harry be without his faithful owl? This is by Sugar Tots on Etsy, which is Christy. Make sure I got all that right. So I just slid quite a few stitches onto the 7s, and I'm like sitting here like looking at them, and honestly, like I know I'm holding a 6 and a 7 and I can't tell the difference. All right, I can kind of tell the difference, but it's really, really small, 4 millimeter to 4.5 millimeter. So I'd go up a 0.5 millimeter. I think I'm gonna switch to the 7s because my fabric is not dense, but it's definitely tight. I wonder if I should. So I might knit a test swatch since I've got so many balls, and I've got 2 of them caked up at a time. So as of right now, yeah, okay, just making sure I don't lose anything. There we go. My things are a little drunk right now. So that's about how far I got since 2:30 yesterday. I'm gonna change a little bit about the neckline. I've changed the stitches on the sleeves a couple of times. The back stitches seem to be fine, so that's good. This I would do a little differently. So I am not going to say that this is the final by any means, but it's definitely going in the direction that I want it to. And I'm learning. I'm learning about like what's where and who's who and all that. Yeah, so I might pick up and knit the neckband so I can get a better idea of the fit and then how many stitches back I want to put my increases, etc. Debated ripping it back, but that's so much work. I debated ripping it back, so I don't know. I think I have to knit the neckband first, and then I will be able to tell if I can deal with it or not. I know that sounds like a lot of work, but I really feel like that's gonna make it or break it for me. Right now it's making this really weird thing, and I feel like if it just like evens out and becomes a circle, I can live with that. The next pattern will be written differently, but I could fudge this into what I want it to be. So I am on page 3 of notes. I'm writing out almost line by line. A lot of it's like rep row 5, rep row 6 type of thing. So that does help when I'm able to kind of repeat things. Yeah, so that's all we've got right now. Yeah. So I don't know when this will come out, but if you think you're game, I would like to see. I'd like to see it in a fingering weight. Mine's a sport weight. So I'd like to see it in a fingering weight, and I'd like to see it in a worsted weight. So I'm not sure how to go about that yet, but yeah, I've got some yarn in mind if I'm gonna knit a fingering weight for myself. I can't say I'm going to be offering a bunch of sizes to start. I think it's just going to be the pattern, and then if you want to make it larger, like repeat rows X and X until piece measures 7, 8, 9, 10 inches from cast on edge. So that would give you more room here, therefore more stitches on the body, and that would be that. So yeah, might rip it back now that I'm looking at it. Anyway, so this is the current WOW whip of the week because I am obsessed with it. And then next up is going to be spinning. I have been keeping my spinning bag. It's clear so I can remember that it's in there. And I'm using a bat, I want to say it's Wool Gatherings. So pretty. I just put a little piece of purple fabric, a bag actually, on the bottom so that it would protect the bat from being beat up too much. And I actually did some spinning this week. I think I spent maybe 2 hours this week spinning, not consecutively. I think I take about a half hour. I spun for at least 3 days, so maybe 2 hours over 3 days. And there it is. So I'll just kind of, I really, really love how the everything's like working up and working together. My spinning, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But it's definitely a little bit thick, a little bit thin. You know. There's a few places where I'm like concerned about the thinness, and I definitely see a few places where there are curly cues, like super curls, and I hope that I'll be able to block them out, so to speak. But yeah, it's just so pretty. I am enjoying spinning with it, and I notice if I just sit down and dedicate a good 10-15 minutes, I can make it look bigger already. Like, I'm noticing that. But yeah, so this had, let's say, 25 wraps around it. So most of this was brown, and now I've gotten all this thickness. So everything looked like this, all of it. The whole thing just looked like that. And now I've gotten this much done from just dedicating a little bit of time this week. So yes, totally worth it. Absolutely love it. It's fun to just put on some music, because I have to watch what I'm doing for this, so I can't podcast, I don't think. But I like music, and I just kind of go along with it and drop spindle it. So yeah, that was my stuff for this week. Over the weekend, I decided that my other drop spindle was looking a little full and that I should take it off. So I can put in some video at the end of me getting it off the drop spindle and onto the nitty knotty. From there, I soaked it in cold water because I thought it would felt if I put it in hot water. But now that I'm remembering, it needs agitation to felt. So it should have been hot water, and I didn't, which is possibly why I've got, like, when I went to go thwack it or whack it, the curls, the kinks, the knots that were trying to happen were horrendous. It was not smacking out that curl at all. I don't know if I didn't wait for it to be dry enough. If the hot water would have helped, and I don't know. So anyway, this is my little bat, my roving, my handspun, there you go. My handspun. This is what it looks like when I just like tied a bow on the end. It's ridiculous. There we go. So pretty. And I'm thinking these would make really cool gloves if I did some Fair Isle color work with white or something with like a high contrast. So I was thinking like white would be a high contrast on that. I debated, yeah, like something really light, because I pulled out a dark purple and it's just too close. And then I pulled out a gray, like a light gray, still too close. So I think it needs just white. I think it just needs white. And I guess it would need like a toothy yarn, right? Right? Because Fair Isle needs to be a little toothier. Anyway, I will be learning some Fair Isle-ness. And I'm just actually, right now I'm just letting it be because I'm kind of proud of myself for doing a thing. Like, I made a yarn! I made a real yarn, and it's really not bad for my second one. So really proud of that. And it's just been kind of like hanging out, living free with us. Yeah, so that's the spinning mojo right now. It's pretty good. I think I'm gonna keep going. I like having just a little bit in the afternoon to just relax. I try not to do it too late, because I don't think spinning tired is a good idea. Alright, so I have the dryer on right now. Tons of yarn is going in. I'm going downstairs now to dye up kind of the rest of it. I've got some over on the table here, and I grabbed my 2 skeins plus a skein of Galaxy just to show off for a bit. So this is Maleficent, Galaxy and Wicked, and I just think they make a pretty fun combo. Something like this would make a great like West knit thing. I think I do want to retake some pictures for the shop because Galaxy has kind of evolved a little bit. It's a bit brighter than it used to be, and I just feel like that would be more accurate. Like people would not be confused when the yarn shows up. So I think I'll take a few pictures today, add them to the Galaxy thing, and yeah. So this is one skein of Galaxy right now, and it's so yummy, so pretty, and the sparkles are all there. Estelina, yeah, so great. So yes, just kind of loving on these colors right now. Have my heart. And let's see, let's go goals. Goals is the goal for this week is going to be finish the West knit. Finish the West knit. This might be hard since I am pretty obsessed with the sweater right now, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. And I'm also debating ripping back now, which means I will have lost at least 2 hours of knitting, and I did work on it a lot yesterday, so that's kind of a bummer. Alas, alack, what are you gonna do, right? Yeah, so I think that's about everything for goals. I do want to knit on the Ever After socks, and I will do that this weekend. No sweaters, no shawls will be coming with me. I think I'm just going to do socks so that I can get a really good push in them. I will pack some markers to pop in so that I know where the heels are, and I'm just gonna bust them out. Really, that's my goal, is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, knit those socks. And perhaps I will be done them on Sunday, and that would be great because that would be a Christmas knit done. So yes, very excited. Brings me into Babel, and yeah, I feel fairly rambly, so let's go. Knit night was on Tuesday. It's fantastic, wonderful to see everyone, and got some new faces. I got to actually video with Lindsay, who is the creator of all of these polymer clay charms that I've been releasing, or not releasing, showing, and then the ones that I will be releasing. Sneak peeks are gonna start on September 1st, so keep checking for that. She'll have some blurry video or photos going up. I will have swipe screens going up, so and you'll be able to see at least one, maybe two of the colors, and then maybe all three of the colors. I don't know. So you could like budget accordingly. I don't know. That's what I think I'll do. I'll do swipe screens for all three because they're all finalized now. So excited. Yeah, so we're going up this weekend for Trina's wedding. I'm so thrilled. I really wish I could wear my sweater out, but it's going to be like 87 degrees with like an 80% humidity. It's going to be crazy hot. She just sent us a picture where she has like 8 fans in her living room, like big ones, because they're gonna, like, I guess plug them in around the venue to keep airflow going, which great idea. Hysterically great idea. But yeah, so that's a thing that's happening. I think I'm gonna do my hair kind of similar to this, but I'm going to bring everything over to the side and get it all bunned up or something. Like, it's gonna be off my neck because it is going to be so hot. So, but I do love this pomp. I love the pomps right now. So I think if I kind of like twist it around whatever I've got going on, and add some more twists in there, yeah, like, and have like a bun on the side, and I'll add some clips. I debated some flowers. It's like some flowers here could be fun, but I don't really have any good hair clip flowers, like vintagey. What do they use? Hyacinth? Mums? Not mums. They use something in like the hair clips that are kind of puffy and pretty. I think not hyacinth, that's not the word I want, is it? No, maybe it is. Those little puff balls. I can't remember what that flower is. I thought I had it, but now I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. T is going to the wedding with us, which is so exciting. I'm really gonna crack up at that. I wish she could have been at ours, but too much, far too much. And then Pat and I would have been responsible for her. Can't get married and be responsible for a service dog. That's just way too much going on because other people can't watch her for us. That's not a thing unless it's a pre-approved person from the WCC. So when we drop her off, it's with someone who already has all of the training. It's not with like my mom and dad. Can't do that. So, yeah. Writing my own pattern. That is huge for me. So huge for me. I'm very excited. I'm also like getting a bit of a headache because I'm like, oh God, wait, what row am I on? Because following patterns is not my strong suit. So winging it is my strong suit and not writing down any of it. So writing it all down or like trying to do the math or how many I should have in the round, and I haven't even taken gauge yet. Well, it's all to be determined. But I have started writing up page 1 of the official pattern, or at least, I don't know, version 1. I'm sure there's going to be some changes, some stitch counts that get corrected or fixed or whatever. But I'm very excited. The skeleton of the pattern is very solid in my head. Right now I'm just playing with cables, I'm playing with increases and all of that. So yeah, it's gonna do a thing. It's gonna do a thing. Yeah, and then the loft is all kind of new. This is my glorious squishy chair. I'll just put in some photos. It's all set up. It's a little more cluttered than it was in this photo just because I have dragged everything out to podcast today. Excuse me. And some of the pillows that were on here are now on the floor, so that does look a little worse. But going right along, going through. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. And I can't thank my husband enough for okaying the chair in our budget. I love it. T and I sat up here last night and I was knitting on my pattern and she was cuddling up next to me sleeping. And it's glorious. It's absolutely wonderful. The chair is so soft and it spins. So I can rotate it wherever I would like, to face. If I want to face the wall, I can. T likes to do a run and jump, but her momentum actually carries the chair slightly around, so she ended up like trapped with the whole front of the chair facing the corner and the back of the chair facing the room. So she was like 2 paws on the back, like debating if she could jump it. She totally could have, but I was like, happened to be there and I was like, wait, baby, let me just turn the chair around. So that's what I did and she was fine. She got off. I am going to be doing uke time this week. I will be doing a clip of it, and then at the very end of the video, I am doing kind of the whole song. It's a bit long, so I'm only going to do a clip for uke time, and then I'll put the rest of it at the very end, if you should want to watch it. So yeah, it's going to be Lava, which was the most adorable short ever in a movie, and I hopefully will be able to link the video. If you click the eye, and let me see, I think it's in this corner. Yeah, so there's a little information button up here. If you click that eye, over here there's going to be a drop box, and this drop box is going to have a link to click on the lava video. See if I can do that, but that's how it's supposed to work. Click the eye, get the information. So yes, that about wraps it up. My coffee is probably freezing cold because I didn't bring the mug up, or I didn't bring the hot warmer up. Not having a table here and moving the table over there kind of makes it hard to have hot beverages. I do have a port about here, and I guess I could put it here on the windowsill where the water is, you know. So it's doable, but it's just a little different. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for yet another week. Remember to take it one cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be, and I will see you soon. Have a great week. Bye. Oh, they were so happy to finally meet above the sea. All together now their love grew and grew. No longer they alone with aloha as their new home, and when you visit them, this is what they sing. I have a dream I hope will come true. You'll grow old with me, and I'll grow old with you. We thank the earth, sea, and the sky we've been to. I love you. A podcaster's nemesis. The lawn people. See him down there? A long, long time ago, there was a volcano living all alone in the middle of the sea. He sat high above his bay and watching all the couples play and wishing he had someone too. From his lava came this song of hope that he sang out loud every day for years and years. I have a dream I hope will come true. You're here with me, and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, sea, the sky up above will send me someone to love. Years of singing all alone turned his lava into stone until he was on the brink of extinction. But little did he know that living in the sea below, another volcano was listening to his song. Every day she heard his tune, and her love grew and grew, because she believed his song was meant for her. Now she was so ready to finally meet above the sea as he sang his song of hope for the last time. I have a dream I hope will come true. You're here with me, and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, sea, the sky up will send me someone to love. Rising from the sea below stood a lovely volcano, looking all around, but she could not see him. Tried to sing and let her know that she was not there alone, but with no lover his song was all gone. He filled the sea with his tears and watched his dreams disappear as she remembered what his song had meant to her. I have a dream I hope will come true. You're here with me and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, sea and the sky up above will send me someone to love. Oh, they were so happy to finally meet above the sea. All together now their love grew and grew. No longer they alone with aloha as their new home, and when you visit them, this is what they sing. I have a dream I hope will come true. You'll grow old with me, and I'll grow old with